If you want to get better at improv, go to an improv festival. Hey, I'm Anthony, and today we're talking about improv festivals. We're going to go through some commonly asked questions, and then I'm going to hopefully come up with a good way to end this intro. Nailed it! The first question is, how do I submit my team for a festival? This is great, and it's really easy to do. Usually the festival has a submission form, and then they have a link for you to pay. Submission form, link to pay. Oftentimes they're separate. In my experience, they've been separate, but sometimes if you've got a really cool website, it might have the payment link built in. I don't know, but I don't have that cool a website. Fill out the form and then payment link. The next question is there an application fee and how much is it? Yes, there can be an application fee. There isn't always. It depends on the festival. What should be included in my video submission? First off, make sure that you are submitting a video. You must submit a video. It would be very difficult to be accepted into a festival without a video. You might be able to write them a letter describing what you do or describing the set and how it played out, but that's going to be harder. I think just record it. A couple tips here though. Remember that when you're recording video with your phone, chances are everyone else is on stage. The stage is lit for theater. It is not lit for video. Also, get your phone to the front row. So many improv teams are recording in the way back. That camera needs to be front row. Get that camera as close to the action as possible. Bonus points if you can figure out how to get a microphone, like a wireless microphone, on the stage. That's bonus points. That's just for you. But other than that, just try to get that camera as close as possible. We don't need to see you so much as we need to hear you. I'll take a video that's at like 720p with great audio over a video that's 4K and I can't hear anything. How and when will teams be notified that they've been accepted? Well, this can vary from festival to festival. An acceptance letter we feel should go out at least a month, before the festival so that you can plan your trip, you can plan travel arrangements, that sort of thing. If you're paying money for this festival, you find out when acceptances are sent out so that you'll be able to plan ahead. Festivals are a real tricky thing. They take months to plan out. You need to be 3 months in, you got to give them something, and then you got to find out a month before if you're in, and then you got to make the plans to go. You got to make sure you've got these in your calendar. It's going to make life a lot easier. Can individual performers apply, or is it teams only? For our festival, it's not just teams. Anyone can apply. If you're a solo improviser, please apply. I think solo improv is great. It's got a soft spot for me, and it's a really bold way to do improv. And I think it's great for people to see. So I think solo improv is something that you can absolutely submit if you're a solo improviser. If you're an improviser who wants to submit just to maybe get on other teams or do stuff that way, I don't think that's something that you can really do. That's a very tricky kind of a thing. I would say reach out to a local team, maybe some people that you know, and say, hey, I'd like to submit. Let's put something together. You don't have to be a team that usually works together. You can reach out to a group of people that you know, record yourself doing improv, and then submit that, and that works. We don't know how long you've been together, but if it's good and the review team likes it, there's no reason why you wouldn't get into the festival. You don't have to be an established team is my point. You can be an individual, but you can't submit to the festival individually unless you're going to do your individual solo work. But if you want to get a team together, a group of people together, film you doing improv and hope to get in, you can do that. Are there accommodations for out-of-town teams? Some festivals can do this. Most festivals can't. So I would say try to make sure that you have your travel arrangements figured out. Try to find hotels that work for you, and make sure you bring a credit card with you. If you're not used to using a credit card or bringing a credit card with you, just make sure you have a credit card. You can use your debit card too, but a lot of times hotels will ask for a credit card, and it's just important to remember that. If you're not someone who travels very often and you don't know about that, it's just good to know. Are there any specific improv styles or themes that you're looking for? This is a great question. So what we're trying to do is balance two things. We want to try and balance the experience for the people that are coming to watch the festival and the experience of the people that are attending the festival that are submitting. So I'll say this to you, that those that are submitting, make sure you submit that bold thing, that cutting edge thing, that thing that you're like, you know what, this is a little too artsy for our local community, but man, we love doing it and it's really, really fun. And we think that everyone else in the improv community would love to see it too. That's the kind of thing I think should be submitted to a festival. Don't play it safe when it comes to festivals. Swing for the fences, do something big and bold, fail hard, because if there's ever an audience that's going to love you for failing super hard, it's going to be at an improv festival. Can we perform in multiple shows if selected? Well, maybe. It depends on how many teams you've submitted and how different those forms and the people on that team are. If the team consists of you and one other person and you're called one thing, and then it's you and that person and one other person and you're called something else, but you're still just kind of doing the same thing, that's going to make it hard for our evaluation team to see a difference. And so they might pick one of them and then really keep those other two off to the side unless absolutely necessary. So try to avoid that if you can. I would say really, again, find that thing that's really bold, that really makes you really stretch your improv muscle and present that. I think that's going to carry more weight because improv festivals are always looking for that fresh new thing. We've seen a long form montage. We've seen short form. Give us something different. Give us something a little bit different that not just for us, that helps us when it comes to the people that are buying tickets to watch the show, but it also helps the community because it shows them, hey, we're doing big, bold things. We're trying to push the envelope. And that's what we're looking for when we're producing a festival. How can I get involved as a sponsor or volunteer for the festival? As an improviser, if you go to a festival, you walk up to the festival producer and you say, hey, I just got here. I've never been to an improv festival before. How can I help? That's huge. They're going to remember the name. Also, know that an improv festival is like a wedding, except there's less food and less of a chance to eat. So really, these festival producers could really use your help. Just ask how you can help. There's always something to do. And don't feel like, oh, I don't have the skill or ability to help. Usually they need help with just some logistical things or running things back and forth. They just need a couple extra hands. Sometimes it's as easy as just, hey, this room is full, or hey, this room is empty. Things like that. Communication. And the more people you have running around communicating, the better, I feel. I think that's really going to help you get your name known and get recognized within the improv community, especially for that festival. We covered a lot. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to answer any of your improv festival questions. I did have a recent question. Someone asked me, I'm trying to remember now, do we need a video to submit? And I think we've covered that here. Do I need a video to submit? Absolutely. I can't harp on that enough. You do not submit to a festival, and definitely do not pay any money to a festival if you don't have a video. There's a very, very high chance, like 99% chance, that you won't get selected in that festival. I can't speak for all festivals. Some people might say that's not true. Just write on a postcard why you'd like to attend the festival and we'll make it happen. And that's another thing too. If you don't have the money to come to a festival, if you don't have the gear to submit a video, let me know. Let the festival producer know. Say, hey, look, I would love to do that. I just don't have the tools and equipment to do it. Can you help me out? Whatever it is. We will always do a payment plan. We'll always do something. You can even get your team submission fee sponsored. So we'll work on that on our end. I'll reach out to people and say, hey, would you be willing to sponsor this team? So it's not about the money. It's about making sure that you're taken care of, that you are able to submit to this festival. If you have the means, please record the video, pay the $35 submission fee, or $10 or $55, whatever you feel comfortable paying for a submission fee. Don't go to a festival if the submission fee is like $200 and you're like, I don't want to pay $200. Don't do it. But when you are submitting a video, if you're like, I don't really have the gear for this, I don't really know what I'm doing. No, none of us know how to use a camera. Okay, we'll work it out. We'll figure something out. I think that's important for you to know. When you're going to a festival, festivals aren't like, prove to us why you deserve to be here. That's not the vibe at all, at least not with us. And for most of the festivals I've been to, that is not the case. Everyone wants you to be there. Everyone wants you to succeed. When we look at our festival and we can't let people in, it's devastating. We want everyone to be able to come into the festival. If we have two teams left, we're going to make room for those teams. We want you to be there. If it's like 5 or 6, we can't. We have limitations on our end in terms of how many performers can be in the space. How much time we have to do shows and do the jams and do all the other things that we do at a festival. So hopefully that helps you out. Just wanted to kind of riff a little bit and talk to you about it. Just us. This is what a festival is, and I hope you had a good time learning about it. I hope it excites you to want to be there. Festivals are there for you to push the envelope and for you to see others push the envelope and see what's doable in this art form. It's a really beautiful thing. And I hope to see you at our festival, March 8th through the 10th, 2024, the O-Town Improv Festival. Go to otownimprovfestival.com for more details. If you want to sponsor, just click on shop, go to the sponsor shop there. There's sponsorship opportunities. If you want to volunteer, come up to me at the festival, say, hey, how can I help out? I'd be more than happy to tell you how you can help us out. And I will remember that you asked. I'll probably faint. And once I come back to consciousness, I'll thank you. And then we'll be able to work on this festival together. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.